Hi friends, and welcome to my channel. My name is Tanner, and this is my Esoterica. Today we are kicking off a new round of zodiac readings, and because it is Leo season and it is the 8/8 Lionsgate portal, obviously Leos are the obvious choice to start this round with. One of my cats just peeked out of there. Leo energy, cat energy, lion energy. If you were wondering why my door magically opened like that, it was my cat. But anyway, Spirit led me to the Meloschema Tarot for you guys today. So on the bottom of this deck, we have the Six of Swords. So you guys could definitely be in a transitionary period right now, Leos, like trying to move yourself into calmer waters. We'll cut the deck a few times. We'll see what's going on at the heart of the situation, and then we'll just pull some cards for you guys. So let's see. What's going on for our Leo collective, Spirit? What do they need to know right now? We have the Four of Swords. So you guys could definitely be in a sort of like more restful state, like pulling your energy back from people, trying to just sort of like regain like a sense of mental peace. A lot of swords coming out already, so you guys could definitely have been in your head a lot about a certain situation recently, trying to move forward from it in some way. What else do you have, Spirit, for our Leos? For our Leos, please, Spirit. The Queen of Cups. So I feel like this could be representative of you guys. So I feel like you guys have been very focused on like just trusting your intuition more, focusing on healing and self-care, being compassionate to yourself, just focusing on your own cup and trying to heal like your woundings, anything that you've been carrying around for some time. I feel like you guys have been just quite focused on your mental health and like trying to rejuvenate yourself, with the Four of Swords here again as well. One more cut and then we'll start pulling some cards. So thank you, Spirit. What else has been going on for our Leos, our Leo collective? The Four of Pentacles. Lot of fours coming out. So I feel like you guys could be very focused on your own stability right now as well. Financially, you guys could be kind of holding on to scarcity or lack mindsets is what I'm getting, because the Four of Pentacles often talks about like trying to cling too tightly to material security in some way, shape, or form. Or there's something or maybe someone that you're still holding on to, or not wanting to let go of. But okay. In general, I'm seeing just a lot of like pulling your own energy back, Leos, and yeah, just trying to transition into calmer waters. But let's start pulling some cards, and we'll see whatever Spirit wants to talk about. So thanks, Spirit, for our Leos. What's been going on for our Leos? The Four of Swords again. I felt the impulse. It feels like I feel it in my hand, and so definitely, you guys have been in this period of pulling your energy back, of like resting, recuperating, recovering. You guys could be meditating, but just like again with the four, like focusing a lot, I should say, on your own stability. Okay, cool. We have the King of Cups on the bottom, so we have the King and Queen of Cups. So I feel like just trying to find your emotional center again with the King of Cups. Just trying to stay emotionally balanced. Have this sort of internal mastery of your feelings with the Queen of Cups, and this external, like putting that kind of healed self out with the King of Cups. Could also be love situation. I'm just gonna call it because I see it. I see a king and a queen. So if it's not talking about like your internal sense of emotional mastery, it could also be about a love situation, someone you see as your perfect match in some way. Maybe you're pulling your energy back from them, or maybe they pulled their energy back from you. But okay, thank you, Spirit. So what else is going on for our Leos? We'll clarify this in a little bit, but we're just going to see what else is going on. Thank you, Spirit. For our Leos, what else is going on? For our Leo collective. The meta schema. So this is one of the cards that is particular to this deck. Ooh, I've never used this deck facing my light source this way. It looks really cool this way. Anyways, the meta schema, again, a card that's kind of particular to this deck, but it talks a lot about starting to see the bigger picture of things, like starting to connect the dots and yeah, just kind of seeing things. It gives me kind of King of Swords energy, like able to see like the higher perspective of a situation and like every side of every perspective of every situation in that sense. But yeah, I feel like there's some sort of big lesson that you guys may have learned recently, or like it's giving world energy as well, like a cycle. 555 on my timer, I just saw positive change. Some sort of cycle could have closed out for you recently, Leos, and you're just starting to kind of see the bigger lesson in it. We have the Two of Wands here as well. So you guys could definitely be like plotting and planning and trying to figure out ways to leave your comfort zone in some way. It's like the world is in your hands a little bit and you're just trying to figure out like, what's the next best step for me to take right now? All right, cool. Thank you, Spirit. What else do we have for our Leos? This one. Six of Pentacles. So this is the energy of equal give and take. Sixes in general are about trying to find like harmony in your relationships, harmony in your community. And look, we got another six. It's the Six of Swords again. So there's something about this energy of like, again, giving and receiving. Maybe you're wanting to like receive as much as you give to situations, or you're tired of people not giving to you the way that you give to them with the Six of Swords, because it seems like whatever this energy is, you're trying to move away from it. I just saw 717 on my timer too. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is interesting because I was just talking about like cycles closing out and things of that nature. So definitely some sort of turning point with you when it comes to how you approach the energy of reciprocity, or how you approach like equal give and take. You could be like wanting more from your job or from your career because you've been putting in a lot of effort and you just haven't been seeing that result that you've been hoping for. Or if you give a lot of your time and energy to relationships, but those people don't match your energy, you could be kind of tired of that and wanting to move into calmer waters in that term, or in those terms. But tens with the Wheel of Fortune, tens are the ends of cycles, and also like a turning point. Like the wheel is turning in your favor, I feel, Leos. But we still have the Four of Pentacles underneath, the Wheel of Fortune. So it's like, I feel like there is like a change coming when it comes to your finances in some way, or how you approach your finances or your material security in some way. But definitely moving into calmer waters at the end of the day with the Six of Swords under here. But okay, let's start clarifying now, so we'll get some deeper insight into what's going on here. So thank you, Spirit. Can we start by clarifying this Four of Swords for our Leos? What is this Four of Swords about for our Leos? I shuffle till I feel it. The King of Pentacles. So this is the energy of somebody who like has material abundance, right? Somebody who is structured and very, kind and giving with his time and his energy and his resources, because he has the resources to give. This could represent you, Leo, or it could represent, again, somebody you're connected to. But with this clarifying the Four of Swords and the Six of Swords, I was like, what was this again? It feels like this might be somebody that you've pulled your energy back from, maybe somebody who was kind of stingy with their time with the King of Pentacles. That's kind of like his shadow side. Somebody who's kind of stingy and doesn't want to give to a person, a situation, what have you. This could also be you trying to like pull your energy back from trying to stay so like in control in a bad way on top of your finances, in a way that it's like draining your energy instead of helping you. And you could be trying to pull your energy back from that. Again, I'm getting a lot of like scarcity mindset and like shifting your perspective around a scarcity mindset or having a scarcity mindset. Okay. Thanks, Spirit. What else do we have for this Four of Swords and King of Pentacles? You guys could be dealing with an earth sign, some of you, if this is resonating about love. King of Pentacles and Four of Swords. Can we get one more clarifier, please, Spirit? Knight of Swords. So I feel like this is definitely a person that Spirit is talking about, and maybe that's what this equal give and take energy is about. So love, what can you do? I'm a love reader. It comes to me naturally. But I feel like whoever this King of Pentacles was, like there's somebody who wasn't avoidant with the Knight of Swords, somebody who wasn't comfortable in their feelings and was trying to just stay too logical about the situation, you know, focusing on all the ways things couldn't work instead of just kind of releasing themselves to the feeling of the situation and seeing how that informed their next decision. This could be somebody who is very like cold with their words, or just again not very emotionally available. So I feel like, you know, with the meta schema card, you guys were starting to see the bigger picture, the bigger pattern perhaps, and so you decided to pull your energy back from this person. Knight of Swords could be somebody who's very impulsive as well. Ten of Wands, clarifying this. So yeah, whatever the situation was, it definitely left you feeling like overwhelmed and overburdened, and sort of like you didn't know if you could really keep going. I guess not, because you did. I'm seeing that you pulled your energy back from this person. You could have had some choice words for them as well with the Knight of Swords here. Knights are messengers typically. So yeah, that's what I'm getting more than anything else. I think now that we've seen the clarifiers, that like you guys have pulled your energy back from somebody who was just not giving you the time and energy that you were giving them. And now you're starting to see the bigger picture of it. Cool. Now let's move to this meta schema, because this is at the heart of your spread, Leo. So like this is sort of like the main component of this reading, right? Something that you're starting to see the bigger picture of. So thanks, Spirit. Can we get some clarifiers for this for our Leos? What is this meta schema energy about for our Leos? Eight of Wands. So this is all about fast forward movement and momentum, progress being made like quickly. And then we have the Hanged Man here too. So this is all about needing to pause and surrender and like start to see things from a different perspective in order for you to gain like some sort of enlightenment. I feel like maybe this is what's happened that caused you to see the larger picture. Like you started to see however this person was showing up or not, and like their energy started to affect you in a way. 1414 on my timer. Interesting. But maybe you felt like you were kind of banging your head up against the wall with the Hanged Man and not really making any progress in the situation with this person. And so you decided to pull your energy back, because you're more focused on trying to move yourself forward instead of staying stuck in one place. You guys could have had with this King of Pentacles and Knight of Swords, you guys could have been like taking a lot of action for yourselves as well, just like towards your material world and finances and situation. Again, that energy of a scarcity mindset is coming to mind, but like again, that message of like trying to stay so on top of it that it was kind of draining your energy. So I feel like, you know, again, that energy is a lot about you kind of taking a step back from that go, go, go energy, or feeling like you have, like doing it like you have something to prove to somebody, because you don't, right? Um, this is all, or maybe it's just like you felt like you had to prove to yourself that you can master this aspect of your life. Um, But again, I do see you kind of backing off that energy with the Four of Swords, prioritizing rest, prioritizing caring for yourself, with the Queen of Cups that we saw. Again, this sort of emotional balance. Like I feel like that is the biggest thing going on for you right now, Leos. Like you guys are experiencing some sort of like recalibration almost, is what it feels like. And now that you're starting to see the bigger picture, I think you're starting to experience a lot of growth and movement, maybe that you weren't experiencing before. Because, or maybe you're just noticing things differently and noticing all the ways that you have grown and changed, and all of the, like, I'm getting the Four of Wands, like celebrating your every milestone that you've accomplished so far. But yeah, definitely like energy of movement now that you're seeing this bigger picture. Let's get one more clarifier for this middle row here, please, Spirit, for our Leos. Clarify these middle two cards, this meta schema and this Eight of Wands, please, Spirit, for our Leos. Tower. So yeah, it's kind of what I was talking about, like some sort of major shift in perspective. You guys could have had your foundations rocked in some way, something that like threw you for a loop, maybe the Chariot, but I don't think it kept you stuck in place. Like you guys are very focused on like overcoming obstacles and moving forward, like two energies of moving forward. So I feel like whatever the situation, or maybe this person, whoever they were, like, yes, it kind of put you through a tower moment, but again, it led to your awakening in a sense. Like I'm getting Judgment with these two energies as well, like forcing your wake up call so you could like do that work to kind of push past your comfort zone with the Two of Wands we saw earlier, and like again, just like overcome these blockages with the Chariot. So yeah, huge shift in perspective for you guys is what I'm, you know, getting with this middle energy here. Again, it could have been a little bit chaotic, but again, it was intended to help slow you down with that Hangman so you could start to see things differently. All right, let's look at this Six of Pentacles, this energy of reciprocity, of equal give and take. What is that all about? So thanks, Spirit. What is the Six of Pentacles about for our Leos? This energy of equal give and take. The Hangman. Again, so you've definitely had a shift in perspective recently, Leo, when it comes, it's kind of like what I was saying before, right? Like this energy of reciprocity, of getting back what you put in. I feel like, again, we talked about it, right? I feel like you felt like you were hitting your head against the wall. Again, whatever energy you were investing into a person, a relationship, a situation, a job, however this resonates for you, it caused you to slow down enough so that you could start to see things differently and be enlightened about how you spend your own energy, right? Again, the Chariot. So like whatever this was was just an obstacle you had to overcome, right? So you could kind of, again, start to see the bigger picture and align more with that picture instead of whatever was kind of keeping you stuck before. So definitely don't see you guys being stuck anymore with all this energy of forward movement and momentum. Okay, so let's get one more clarifier for this third row. So this Hangman energy and the Six of Pentacles, what is this about for our Leos, please, Spirit? For our Leos, this Hangman energy and the Six of Pentacles energy. This Hangman energy and the Six of Pentacles energy, please, Spirit, for our Leos. The Page of Swords. So yeah, like the Page of Swords is somebody who is a thinker, someone who is a planner, somebody who's trying to get the lay of the land, the lay of the situation before they make any major moves towards it. So I feel like you've been really examining everything that we've been talking about. What that energy of, again, equal give and take, of reciprocity, of giving what you give. I feel like there's been some sort of situation, again, or a person, or a relationship, or a job, where you've invested a lot of your time and energy and you haven't been seeing the results that you've wanted to see based on the energy that you've been giving it. And so now I feel like with the Page of Swords, you're trying to figure out like the next best step to take, like what to do now, what to do next. Like you're scoping the land ahead of you to see. Again, this energy of planning. The Page of Swords is a planner. So again, I think just kind of like in your head and figuring out the best way to apply your energy, who and what to apply it to, and making sure that you're getting at least something back for what you put in. Seven of Wands. I mean, this could be about boundaries for a lot of you with the Seven of Wands here, and just needing to have stronger boundaries for yourself. The Seven of Wands is also about fighting for your spot at the top, right? Like not worrying about other people's opinions, or 2244 on my timer. Or like the people who are trying to take you down a notch or a peg, and somebody who's, you know, it's just like feeling like you have to defend yourself all the time. So I feel like with this energy, like again, you're seeing the energy of give and take differently now. And yeah, I feel like, you know, protecting your space, protecting your peace, protecting you, and not letting other people's actions be a reflection of you and your energy and your love, and realizing that it really is a reflection of them and where they're at on their journey. And we're all on our own journeys, right? So you're not responsible for anyone's, you're not responsible for anyone else's journey but yours. So again, I feel like you've had this sort of huge wake-up call. It could have come again through a tower moment. But again, you're starting to see the bigger picture of things. You're starting to have stronger boundaries for yourself, and you're really just wanting to move forward from the situation, this person, this mindset. Again, take it however it resonates for you. But yeah, continue to prioritize yourself, Leos. Continue to focus on making sure your emotional world is a-okay. Airplane ascension. This is all part of your awakening journey, your ascension journey. And yeah, cool. So I had something I felt, but it went away. So I guess it wasn't that important. But okay, let us get a piece of advice for you guys. So thank you, Spirit. Can I please get a piece of advice for our beautiful Leo collective? What should they continue to focus on? What can they do for themselves? You know, what's the next best thing for them to do right now when it comes to the situation for our Leos? The Ten of Swords, 2525, angel number, but 25, the Ten of Swords. This is the end of cycles. As a piece of advice, it's like if a cycle has ended, let it stay dead. It's time to focus on your own healing with the Ten of Swords, and like focus on pulling those swords out of your back. You definitely could have felt like backstabbed and betrayed in the situation in some way, shape, or form. But Spirit's advice for you is to accept the lesson that was learned from the situation and don't think of it as something painful necessarily. Like, of course it was painful. I'm not going to say that it wasn't. But like focus on the blessing that it was. Maybe a blessing in disguise. That is the message of the Ten of Swords. On the traditional artwork, there is a man here, and he is stabbed in the back, and he's making a gesture, something like this. Don't quote me. But it's the gesture that the Hierophant is making. And it's indicative of the fact that this ending, as painful as it may have been, was actually a blessing in disguise for you. A new day is dawning in the background. As soon as you can kind of see through the storm of it, I think you'll see like the silver lining, right? So don't focus on the ending. Don't focus on the pain, right? Focus on the lessons it taught you. And continue focusing on moving forward, moving into calmer waters, trusting your higher self, trusting in the flow of things. Yeah. Cool. So what's coming next for you guys? Thank you, Spirit. What is coming next for our Leos when it comes to this situation? For our Leos, please, Spirit. What's coming next for our Leos? The Eight of Cups. So what's coming next for you guys is you guys are walking away from the things that no longer fulfill you emotionally, from the things that don't align with you anymore. No matter how much time and love and energy you may have invested into it, again, this energy of equal give and take with the Six of Pentacles here. But the Eight of Cups talks about, again, confirmation verb, walking away from the things that don't serve you anymore. Again, it doesn't matter how much love you've poured into a situation. On the OG artwork, the man who was stacking these cups, like, he put a lot of energy into it. He wanted to see his little cup creation completed. But something was off, something was not right. And no matter how hard he tried to fix that cup stack, things were still out of alignment. Things still weren't working. And so he knew that he had to leave that stack of cups behind so he could find something better. So he could walk toward his Nine of Cups, his fulfillment, right? So don't be afraid to walk away from the things. And I know it's hard, especially if you've poured a lot of love and energy into a person, a job, a situation. Take it how it resonates. But continuing to pour your energy into something that isn't giving back to you, you're doing yourself a huge disservice and you're blocking your own blessings from coming in. Have stronger boundaries for yourself. The Seven of Wands again. So learn the lesson of this, Leos. I think you are starting to see the bigger picture. I think it took a tower moment for you guys to get there, but now you are very focused on moving yourself forward from this situation. I think you've pulled your energy back if this is about a person from them. And again, you are very focused on seeing the bigger picture and seeing give and take differently and trying to plan and think better and make smarter choices with that. And again, if it is a job or, anything else of that nature, I think the same messages still apply. Um, but again, I think it is more about that sort of scarcity mindset versus a particular love situation. Or, of course, both of these things could resonate for you. Um, yeah. If so, then hello. Welcome to the collective. But yeah, my friends, that is your reading for today. So don't be afraid to learn the lesson of this. It might be painful, but it is a blessing in disguise for you. And don't waste any more of your beautiful energy giving to things that aren't giving back to you. Okay? All right, my beautiful friends, I'm going to go ahead and leave this here. If this message resonated with you, please consider, liking and commenting and subscribing. I would love to hear from you. Love to hear how this message resonated with you. And yeah, I'm trying to build up my little collective here on YouTube, and I'd love to have you be a part of it. But yeah, that's it. That's my little call to action. I'm going to leave you guys here, and we will see you next time, okay? All right. Take care.